Okay, so I'm making this video today basically because I've been seeing a lot of issues with people signing up for Nuevo League, basically. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of how to actually successfully sign up and begin the league challenge. So basically what we want to do first is go to our group description. We want to go to see more. It explains everything right here and actually gives you a few supporting documents and whatnot to look at if you need to delve further into actually setting up in Nuevo. But anyway, it basically tells you right here, in order to actually sign up for the gym challenge, you're going to need to create a form account. So I'm going to click on the forms, and what's going to happen is we're going to see this page here. So next, what I want you to do is I want you to go to register. Now I'm not going to actually register right now, but I'm going to show you basically the general steps of how to do this. So you're just going to enter your email. So just go with generic mod@yahoo.com or something like that. Enter. Then what you're going to do is you're going to create your password, blah 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 blah. It's going to ask you to verify it. You're going to type in your name, your birthday, and your gender. Then you're going to press continue. After this page, what it's going to do is it's going to send you an email that's going to ask you to verify your account. You're going to log into your email. You're going to click on the link that's going to tell you to verify your account. Okay. So once that's done and over with, what's going to happen is it's going to send you back to the main page. Okay, and you're going to log in if it doesn't automatically log you in. I actually forgot. Okay, so you see right here, here's my username. My password's automatically in autofill, obviously. I'm just going to click on the remember me because I didn't for some reason before. Click on continue, and it's going to redirect you into actually logging into the forms. Now you won't see all this stuff that I have here just because I'm an administrator, and in order to see these other things you have to become a part of the league as like a gym leader or the Elite Four, and this is just random. But you see that we have all these forms and topics of discussion and whatnot. You can give a bug report if you're having issues on the forms. We have a point shop request, etc., but I'll get into that in a later tutorial. Mainly it's just showing you that you have been able to log in and whatnot. Now you can go to view your profile, and you can basically set this up any way you like. You could add an image, or you can actually create like a little I guess me sort of thing going on here. And with your profile, this is how you're actually going to record your badges. Okay, so you can see when I hover over each badge, it tells me what the badge is and also what district I received the badge from. So you see I got red district badges, orange district badges. They're not in any particular order, but this just shows you that you do have these badges. Okay. Down here you see points, which I won't, like I said, I won't get into that right now in this tutorial. And you see all kinds of other information that you can choose to add or not by going to edit profile. Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay, another thing that's really cool about this is you have a trainer card. So when you click on trainer card, if you've added certain information, you can see where your friend code is displayed. You can see my name. You can see also if you have ever fought the Elite Four, you will have this seal here. Okay, and my computer's loading kind of slow, so you can't really see much of anything right now, but it's going to show you a little section where your league badges is going to show up. Now this hasn't been updated in a while, so this is only going to show older badges. It's not going to show all the newer badges, but in the future we're going to try to make it where we can actually see any badge that we want to have displayed on our trainer card. But that'll be in a later future. It's not really our biggest concern right now, just because we have other things that we want to implement within the league. So anyway, like I said, I have my Elite Four seal. I have my original seals that I received when I battled the Elite Four. I chose to display my former champion team when I was the champion of the league, and this is more or less what my team was composed of. And you know, you can add a battle log, you can add a bio if you want to do that. Just really, you can do all kinds of things with this profile. But the main reason for this profile is so that you can actually interact with the main website. Okay, so that's our main thing, our main focus. So whenever you defeat a gym leader, you're going to get a badge from that gym leader, because they're going to log into their form account and then they're going to reward you with a badge. So these are all the badges available. Obviously not all the gym leaders are going to be able to see this. You're not going to be able to see this unless you are a gym leader. And then you can click on the badge to award it to someone. However, if you're not a gym leader, you're not going to see that, and you're not going to have access to that. But you will see received badge case. And you'll see what badges you actually have received. Okay? And when you receive a badge, what happens is it unlocks certain ports or certain perks within Nuevo, such as it might unlock a new shop, it might unlock a new district, a new activity, anything like that. Okay, so anyway, enough of the forums for now, because this might be a little bit confusing. First off, but make sure that we are still logged in. I'm going to go back to the Nuevo home group, and I'm going to click on the main website. Okay, so now that I still am logged into the forums, I can go to the main website and I can, kind of read over this. You can see where we create an iframe down here, where you can check out the bulletin board, which is going to automatically appear with any of the new news that we have around Nuevo. The last one was when I added on January 20th the new champion that was just crowned recently after defeating Chris. You see we have a little playlist here. If you click on the side, you can see we have a few songs that we added to this, and you can just kind of listen to this if you want, or you can just stop it, whatever. Click on like here. You can share the page, etc., challenge us, our affiliates, and join us, blah blah, donate if you want to. The main thing that you really need to look at though when you're getting started here is getting started, of course, obviously. So you click on this, you go about the Nuevo way. You can kind of read a little backstory about Nuevo. It tells you that each time you collect 2 badges, you unlock a new district in your Nuevo map. It tells you to it basically tells you again to go to the forums. If you have not gone to the forums yet, go to the forums and work on setting up an account, or else you will not be able to take the Nuevo League challenge. This is a must that you must do. It's free, doesn't cost anything, it takes 2 minutes to do. Okay. Anyway, after you read the general stuff, go to the league rules, either down here or you can click up here to go to the rules. It outlines all the rules of the league, so please just read them. That's the biggest thing I can stress. Just read the rules. No legendary Pokemon. Challenger may use any type of Pokemon, and it's never restricted, obviously. Basically, this is like our item clause, so you can only have one type of item per Pokemon. So leftovers can be on one Pokemon, then you can have Black Sludge on another Pokemon, but you cannot have 2 leftovers on a Pokemon team. No Pokemon of the same species. In other words, you can't have like 2 Aegislash or 2 Gorchomps on the team, etc., etc. It's kind of simple. I'm not going to go over all this. You can just read it. Becoming a gym leader, this is, like I said, read this if you're really interested in it. Just take in account the normal rules, and this tells you about the districts and whatnot. This tells you about our current ban list. These were temporary bans. I do need to change this because it's not updated. Gengarite is obviously still banned. Gengar, you can use Gengar, but you can't use the Mega Stone. Kangaskhan, you can't use his Mega Stone. These were temp bans. Chansey is now permanently banned because of basically abusive overuse of the Pokemon, and it was basically turning our meta into a really big stall fest, so we were trying to get rid of that. We did allow Blitzy because it's not as bulky as Chansey with Evolite. Okay, so Blitzy needs to be taken off this list, but Chansey is now permanently banned within the league. Anyway, after you read over all this, you're going to proceed to the Nuevo map. Okay. Now, like I said, you can see right here where it pulls up another iframe. It shows that I am still logged in Okay, obviously, since I'm the mid and I have as many badges as I do, I'm going to have basically all of my districts unlocked. So there are 6 districts so far within Nuevo. Okay, yeah, green, yellow, orange, red, black, and white. Now, as the beginning trainer, you're always going to start in green district. So you're going to click on this, and it's going to give you a little welcome page. It's going to tell you can either begin your venture or you can do a fast travel to wherever you're trying to go. That's why it says if you're in a rush to challenge the gyms, instead of actually exploring Nuevo, you can do that. But if you begin your adventure, it's going to kind of give you this, I guess, role-playing RPG-ish style setup, where you can kind of read about each little section of Nuevo, you know, disembark from the ferry, blah, blah, get off the boat, walk into a marketplace, and then you can kind of interact with certain features, like I can go look through the shops. Okay, so if I click on that, it's going to take me back to the forums, and it's going to take me to the Nuevo Point shop, where you can see the green district shops, where you got the berry shop, the heart scale shop, the exclusive Pokemon shop. You know, if you make it to yellow district, it's going to give you more shops, orange district, red district, black district, and that's where all the shops stop. But you know, there's some pretty good things in these shops, so I really want to stress people beginning to use these instead of just trading, because you know, you have all these options, and a lot of people might not have what you want up for trade, but we might have it somewhere within the shop, like our you know, 5 IV Dittos, you know, these battle ready Charizards and whatnot, blah blah blah. I can go into too much detail there, but just give you an example. Anyway, I'm going to proceed to the plaza, and in every single plaza you're going to have the gym leader directory. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and here, right here, is going to show us the district gym leaders, and it's going to show us, you know, the boss of the district, which are always going to be a boss of a district. This needs to be updated, like it's because there are a few changes, and obviously Isaac is the overmind. He's not the sneaky tactician. That was actually Kester, who was the previous district boss and gym leader. Anyway, you'll notice a notice board where there'd be all kinds of news. You know, 3 new gym leaders were added. You know, test them out. Sign up for classes, which we used to have classes. We might bring it back if it is in demand. And it tells you to check out the shop. Anyway, here it shows each gym leader in the district. It shows their typing, and you know, basically what their rank is in the district. So you got the boss and you got the leaders under the boss. Okay, so the boss is always the hardest part of the district, but it's not a required person to fight. You only need to fight 2 gym leaders per district to advance to the next district. Okay, so I can go to Kister, or not Kister, but Isaac, and when I click on this, I go to his gym, and I can see he's the Overmind. I see his gym name. I can see his bio that he created, and kind of read some of his backstory. I can see his partner Pokemon is Volcarona. A partner Pokemon is a Pokemon that a gym leader will always use no matter what. Okay, I can see his badge name. I can see his gym type. I can see the hours of operation. So this is when he's expected to be in his gym. Obviously, you can, you know, challenge him before then or after then, but at these times he should always accept your challenge. Okay, it shows the rules here, so there's no kind of like his specific gym rules, so there's no kind of, you know, confusion when you're going into battle. And it even has a clock here that shows what time it is where you live and what time it is he lives. Okay, so obviously he is PST. That means he is 2 hours behind me. Okay, his gym just closed 19 minutes ago. He might still accept the challenge, he might not, we don't know. But his gym is closed officially, so we cannot expect him to accept a challenge at this point. Okay, anyway, we can challenge him. When we click challenge, it's going to take us to his Facebook page. We're going to, you know, hit message. And like I said, my computer is slow, so forgive me for that. We're going to hit message, and, you know, blah blah. I'm going to like, hey Isaac, I challenge you to a gym battle, etc., etc. You know, send it, enter, blah blah blah. He's expected to respond whenever, and that's how you're going to set up your battles. Okay, obviously you're going to use X, Y, or auras, or, you know, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby if you want. And if he has the game, he's going to use that, but this is an XY league, so you cannot expect for him to use auras because he might not have the game yet. We have not converted over officially, but either one, you know, just ask the gym leader beforehand or tell them which one you're using, and they'll try to accommodate to you. Okay. Return to the district. I can return to, well, green district, and I need to fix this because that obviously just returned me to yellow district, which you only supposed to really unlock after the second badge. So I need to fix that. You know, click on another gym, Kragan, blah blah blah, etc. You can see how his gym is set up. You know, return to the district. You know, returns me to green district, returns to the plaza, blah blah blah. I can proceed to the trainer academy, kind of explore the district. You know, apply for classes. And like I said, we used to host these a lot, but we haven't really been hosting them as much anymore. You know, you can kind of go to these people's Facebook and kind of message them to see if you want to be in their class or not. Explore the docs. You know, this is just the immersion of it. If you want to, you don't have to. You can investigate the screen, you know, the green lights, which was part of an event a while back. Travel to the Hall of Fame. We moved that to green district so you all can actually see who's in the Hall of Fame and just kind of can peruse everything, all the trainers that came before you. And you can and this is people that collected 12 badges. These are not people that became champions necessarily. Also, we have the old Hall of Fame from when we had 8 gyms instead of 16, so you can kind of peruse through that as well if you're curious about our history. Anyway, that kind of shows you what you need to know for actually getting set up in the league and actually taking the gym challenge. Okay. Anything else, just, you know, put in the comments section and I'll try to help you out, or just, you know, go on our actual group page and send us a message, or, you know, post something and we'll try to, you know, help you out. Anyway, good luck with your Nuevo League challenge, and I hope I covered basically all of our bases. Thanks for watching.